Welcome back to Campaign Series Vietnam, and today we're going to be playing as the French at a place called Tu Vu. This is actually part of the Viet Minh campaign in 1951 to, I believe, 1955, and right now we're actually going to be defending with Moroccan rifle companies as well as some tanks. Now the goal here is to beat back the Viet Minh attackers and hopefully to chase them into the jungle. Let's get to it, and wish us luck. For those of you that do enjoy these videos, please make sure to like and comment. Thank you. So just to have a quick look at our defenses, folks, over here on the western side, we've got some North African Irregulars. We've also got a nice machine gun, and we've also got some machine guns over here to the north. In fact, we even have a 57mm recoilless rifle, including a tank. Now, if you look in front of these guys, we've got quite a few minefields set up all around the base at Tu Vu. And if we go to the south, we've also got a southern group here that's going to be holding this part of the base. Some of our guys do have radios, as you can see there, so let's hope that with time we can call in some airstrikes. Although, I'm not sure we get any airstrikes. The good news here is, number one, we've got the tanks, and number two, we've got this 75mm M1A1 cannon. So let's hope that we can use it against the attacking Viet Minh, and let's see what they've got up their sleeve. Considering we are within the base, I'm not going to be chasing anyone for this first part of the battle. I want to see where they're coming from, and then we'll decide exactly what we want to do. So let's do that, guys. Now, I hear those Viet Minh moving through the jungle, of course. We know almost for sure that they can't attack us from the east because of the river. I don't know, maybe they're pretty good swimmers. We'll have to wait and see. Although we do know they are moving into position, and we want to try and, of course, have our men prepared for that particular attack, because they are going to come in a human wave attack, try to break through our lines, and completely split our forces here. In fact, that bridge south of Tu Vu is where I would attack if I were the Viet Minh player. Now, the interesting thing is also this battle is taking place at dawn. It's quite dark outside here, so it's going to be slightly harder for us to spot them. When we do spot them, I do believe they are going to get the first shot. We'll have to wait and see. And that's way too many VC moving through the woods. I'm getting We Were Soldiers vibes out of this particular battle. I just hear a lot of movement. We're going to be overwhelmed with forces, although I do believe that our tanks are going to be able to hopefully hold on. So as I look around, I'm not seeing any enemies. Oh boy. Look at this, guys. We do have a 75mm howitzer across the river. That's our howitzer. We've also got some additional forces over here, but it looks like 105mm howitzers, etc. So some additional fire support for when the Viet Minh attack. Again, not a single Viet Minh soldier yet, and going outside of this area would be somewhat dangerous. The thing that I am very concerned about is this area right here. See, if the enemy were to get up here next to the Black River, go west, they could be in our zoning area pretty quickly. So I'm going to take... I don't want to leave Lieutenant Dufour undefended, actually. I was going to take one of these guys and move him over here. You know what? I'm going to try to take this North African Irregular infantry unit. And let's just hang out here. It might not even be such a good idea, but at least I'll feel a little bit safer. Obviously, if the enemy comes through here, they've got to go through some minefields. Let's go to the next turn. Still a lot of movement there, but not seeing anything yet. Where are these guys going to attack from? I'm going to really hate myself if they attack from the river. Alright, there we go, guys. Look at that. We have set off some claymores. Actually, I don't think the French had claymores, but some mines nonetheless. Looks like one group was destroyed. You know, we didn't just kill a single guy in that group. That entire group was vaporized through the minefield. But that leads me to believe that they're going to be approaching from the northwest over here. Oh, no. So the area where we took our men off from, I'm definitely suspecting that they have some men over here. Now, we do have some defenders, of course. And look at that. I already see some Viet Minh right there to the south. They are going to be attacking all along the line for sure. We're going to have to bring that guy back and just hope that they don't figure out how to get around this minefield. And there we go. Look at that. Our guys are returning fire there, and we got very lucky there. The heavy machine gun vaporizing that unit. Usually we suppress or something like this, but our guys are actually doing pretty well keeping that fire continuous. For continuing to hold part of the 2 fort for 3 turns, the French gained 20 EPs. Wonderful. So far, so good. I want to take a look over here, and I kind of want to grab this unit and move it back. So let's get our North African Irregulars. I'm immediately going to move them back into this sandbagged area, and let's start opening up on the enemy. We've got Lieutenant Dufour. We've also got some North African infantry. Unknown Viet Minh contacts. Let's let them have it. And there we go, guys. We gained an additional 2 EP. So very, very good shooting by our men on that particular unit. These are the kind of results we need if we want to win this fight. But so far, so good. Now, technically, the actual mission calls for us to go and search for the enemy once we see those attacks. I wouldn't dare do that unless we know for sure where the enemy is coming from. So far, I don't see any real movement there, although I suspect it will show up fairly soon. We're going to go ahead and do next turn. Okay, sure enough, another enemy unit walking right into our minefield, returning fire here with our infantry as well. If not for those minefields, I think we would have been overrun. And look at that, we've got 1 unit through the wire for sure. We aren't currently seeing him because, again, we're fighting at dawn. It's actually probably nighttime at this point. Should say fighting in the evening. That unknown effect, I think for sure we have BC units in the wire. And look at that, right to the west of the bridge. Remember, I told you guys I would have attacked at the bridge, and that's exactly where they're headed. It's time to bring in some of that artillery and send them packing. Vive la France, look at that. We've got enemies in the wire, boys. Again, that minefield saved us north of the Lat River. But look at that, continuous Viet Minh troops moving through here. That's got me definitely concerned. We did reduce a few of them, but they're still fighting. And luckily, that machine gun crew wiped out the next group. So we're going to keep our focus right there on that minefield. Again, eliminated another group of them. Just really, really lucky return fire here from our men. Oh boy. Fire. This time we missed. Men are getting... The morale is dropping just a little bit on our side because there are so many enemies attacking at this point. And look at that grouping there. Let's hope the mines knock out that other group, and thankfully they have. They're sending in an additional group. He's gonna have to do the mine check, of course. And he passed the mine check. There we go, our tank eviscerating that group. But additional forces moving through. I told you guys this was going to be a human wave attack. And remember, I mean, I've noticed a lot of Hollywood movies make it seem like the French are always getting defeated. But in this case, in a battle like this, we really have a lot in our favor. We've got artillery across the river. We've got tanks on this side of the river. We've got minefields on the western side of our base. All of these things are helping us to repulse the actual Viet Minh attackers. Those 2 unknown units, and the mines didn't do much. Time to get that 75mm howitzer into action. Again, when they start stacking like that, that's when I start getting very worried. Another miss by the HMG. Oh boy, some more in the north. Once again, they are managing to get through those mines. I think maybe even stepping over the bodies of their dead comrades to avoid hitting those mines in the minefield. Of course, every time we manage to wipe out a group because of that, it's really going to help us out. Look at that. Look at that. Additional forces. We've got an entire group there to the north. 3 squads. There's that 75mm. And unknown effect, which likely means no effect, considering we can actually see those squads now. But look at these large groups, and I can actually see some siege groups there. The ones with the ladders, they are perfect at breaking into bases. They've also got a leader there. If you see that single guy on top, that is without a doubt the Viet Minh leader of this attack. Now, they could have more than one leader, but destroying a leader in this game, and in real war, of course, is going to greatly lower morale. So that is going to be my next target. Keep it up. I think we took out a sniper there, but there's an enemy machine gun team right there, and we eliminated the HMG team from Dong Bai. I can't wait until it's now our turn, and there we go. 2 artillery units unavailable, 3 units low on ammo. That's not what we need right now. Definitely not what we need. Now, I'm going to take this 105mm howitzer, and I am going to direct fire, guys. Let's actually change. Yeah, I'll direct fire at this larger group over here of 3. There we go. We've got them selected. I'm going to grab another 105mm over here. I am going to direct it right there north of our men. Now, keep in mind, these artillery strikes are only going to be happening at the end of our turn. And I believe that's it in terms of the artillery. Now, we do have our own 75mm weapon. Let's go ahead and open fire at this group. And once again, we destroyed another Viet Minh platoon, which is not too surprising considering the ferocity of course, the 75mm. Fire over here. And once again, managed to destroy another one. I believe that's going to be it for shots, though, this turn. Let's go ahead and grab this group, and this is just a standard North African Irregular unit. I'm going to target, again, the guys closest to getting into our base. And it is hard, of course, with the night. Night is upon us. It's pretty tough to spot the enemy, but there we go. An excellent shot by our North African Irregulars. They're going to be out of ammo there pretty quickly. Let's switch over. That's right. That's just going to be a recon team. We've actually got Lieutenant Dubisson, who I believe... No, he's not going to be able to fire. And let's see what we've got over here. Is this a 60mm mortar? I believe it is. But he seems to be out of AP. In fact, let's see his issue here. No ammo. Oh boy, guys. All right, so our mortar is out of ammunition. I can see how this becomes a challenge. Let's instead switch over here to our heavy machine gun. And we're going to assist our boys with the howitzer over here in trying to wipe out some additional Viet Minh forces. No effect there on that first shot. Keep strafing them, boys. Très bien. Very, very good. Of course, this is quite early in the Indochina conflict. This is 1951. So the French do have a bit of an advantage here. We are taking return fire there, guys, from either mortars or artillery. Looks more like artillery, actually, than mortars. That's going to be it. He is out of AP. Just some good old-fashioned North African Irregulars here firing at the enemy. And once again, destroying another Viet Minh group. Now, as you guys know, the Viet Minh aren't simply going to stop attacking here because we've destroyed a few of their groups. This is definitely a human wave attack. And if they were able to overrun us and take Tu Vu, they would essentially capture this western side of the river. It would be a major victory. And I mean major victory for the enemy. So there we go. Excellent job there from the machine guns. We're going to keep on firing, just trying to hammer away here at the enemy, and so far, so good. In fact, I'm going to grab all of these guys at once. Overwhelming power there of French firepower. Unfortunately, missed the first one. Try again. And destroyed yet another Viet Minh group. Not too shabby, and I believe we even have an additional shot from the recoilless rifle. Let's just hope they don't bring in any armor. But so far, it's looking pretty decent. The thing that isn't looking decent, guys, if you look over here on the eastern side of your screen, is all of the guys that are running out of ammo here. Obviously, that's not going to make things very easy. Another thing I'm somewhat concerned about is we absolutely had contacts over here in the east, and I believe I saw a unit over here getting into this area. One thing we could do to check to see if that's the case is actually send one of our Algerian units, our Moroccan units, and go north. Well, they could be Algerian. I think it's probably a mix. All right, it seems clear. Seems clear. I don't have enough action points to get back this turn. The issue here is we are leaving Lieutenant Dufour by himself. I can't have that. So I'm actually going to send Lieutenant Dufour over here into the Dong Bai sector. Obviously, because if we get overrun here and lose an officer, it's not going to look so good for our side. There we go. Next turn it is. All right, we've got some artillery. I don't believe that's ours, although our arty is not always going to be on target, depending on the location of the enemy. And look at that. I knew they had additional forces. They just moved into where the lieutenant was, guys. Had we left him there, he would without a doubt have been killed. Looks like we might very soon be out of mines as well. That guy has gotten through the minefield unscathed. The same is true for this unit. Okay, thankfully, we did get rid of one. I do believe so anyway. Looks like so far, unless of course the Fog of War is hiding something, we have managed to stop that push from the west just purely because of our minefields. I'm really hoping that's the case. Look at that grouping. We did reduce by one, so we killed one of the units there, but they're still pushing through. And again, the goal here is to split our group in two, which would make our job a hell of a lot harder. Decent shooting by our boys. We did manage to reduce the group by one. And reduced by three. So a lot of the guys taking hits over here in this minefield. And it looks like the tank stepped up and wiped out another one. Man, I just hope we don't run out of ammunition. Maybe they could start sending some barges across the river here to us, because we need it. Good shooting, boys. Good shooting. There's one of the sapper units. Called them siege units before, but these are sappers. Boys, keep it up. That's a miss. We don't need that. Hopefully the mines will do our work for us here. God bless the engineers. Enemy HMG team. Again, if they make it through these minefields, we've got a hell of a danger right there to our west. But it looks like our guys dealt with it. I think next time we could bring that artillery even closer, because I was under the impression that the arty would fire at the beginning of their turn. That's not the case. It seems to fire at the end of their turn. I don't know if that's the case with every single arty in every part of the game, but that's certainly the case here. There's our artillery strike. Let's hope we hit something, and yes, we did destroy an enemy. As you can see, the fog of war did not allow us to see that guy. That's a damn good hit. Fire again. Gotta love that artillery fire. And again, an unknown effect on those units. Now, I think you guys know what I'm going to do. First of all, we want to reposition that artillery fire. So let's go ahead. Let's grab this guy. And I think this time I'm going to try to bring it in a bit closer. This is dangerous because we could end up hitting our own men, but I'm going to pop one right there. And then I'm going to take this one right here. And I am going to fire right there. The enemy has managed to push through here quite a bit. And we can actually see their officer over here. So if we want to switch fire, try to hit their officer, that's what we're going to do. So our first shot's going to go here. Second one is going to go where the officer seems to be watching us. Of course, it's an unknown unit, but just by looking at it, I've got a pretty good idea at what it is. And we need our North African Irregulars to take on anybody getting through the wire. Good shooting, sons. There we go. Fire! Sons of France. And once again, a nice kill. Again, early in the war here, the Viet Minh tactics are, fairly novice tactics to start off with. So we are doing okay at keeping them away from the rest of our men. Oh boy, didn't expect that. No effect, thankfully, but look at that. These guys are right through. Got to eliminate them quickly. Trying to see if I have any additional shots here. And we can actually take a shot with our mortar at the enemy commander units, I believe. We should be able to. Oh, wait a minute. Mortar is also low on ammo. Yep, it sure is, guys. A little too far for the irregulars to get a shot, unfortunately. Be careful selecting units here, because as you can see, if we select a unit and kind of mouse over our own men, you can shoot your own men in this game, just by accident even. So what I'm going to do is send these North African Irregulars over here. Actually, we haven't had any attacks in this area, so we're going to send them over to where this irregular unit is. That means we'll have some additional defense in that area. And I'm going to throw everything I have on this tile at that unit. I don't want them getting through. More importantly, I don't want them cutting us off at the bridge. Très bien, we killed one man, but they're returning fire here. Keep it up, boys, keep it up. And again, another enemy unit eliminated. I like it. I'll take this group, and I'm going to do exactly what I did with that other group. We are just going to target this unit right here. Again, destroying another Viet Minh squad. So far, the base is safe, my friends. See if that heavy machine gun can fire. Tremendous. Absolutely tremendous, guys. So far, we've done an exceptional job keeping the enemy off our back. All I'm really seeing here is the enemy commander, the enemy officer overseeing the battlefield, and I don't think that he's got very good things to report back to old Uncle Ho Chi Minh. Oh, thank goodness we didn't keep our units down there. Again, that lieutenant really does seem to be the target of the Viet Minh in this particular battle. And actually, that's a direct hit right there. No effect on either of our irregulars. We got a bit lucky, but we know for sure now that the Viet Minh have got us zeroed in with artillery. And there we go, guys. It looks like we did lose one man. I believe he's the first one lost during this particular fight. And we've got additional enemy forces moving through, of course. Nothing in their way at this point. It looks like they may not have to deal with the minefields anymore. I don't see any explosions, so I'm pretty sure that the southern minefields are no longer operational. I do like that positioning, though, for the artillery, especially if those units stay put. That's going to be a wallop of a shot. Alright, there we go, guys. For continuing to hold part of the Tuvu Fort for 6 turns, we gain 25. Not bad. There's our artillery strike. Oh, baby. Oh, and it missed. It missed, guys. What a shame. Oh, wait a minute. We did get one on target. Not too bad. Managed to destroy one and force one Viet Minh unit to fall back. Another one destroyed. Hey, that artillery is on target. I think their commander unit actually fell back there, if I'm not mistaken. In any case, folks, I hope you're enjoying this battle as much as I am. And what we're going to do here is, basically, once we get to about 50 likes or 1,000 views, one or the other, we will release part 2, episode 2 of this cinematic battle. I hope to see you guys there. We still have 6 turns, and of course, we still have a bunch of Viet Minh breaking into the fort, trying to break into the fort of Tuvu, of course. Again, if you want to see that next part, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. It really does help us out, and it lets us know what you want to see in the next upload. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, and have a wonderful day.